Do you think that we're sponsored by squash because we keep using it in all of our recipes?
Squash.
Think again, we are not.
I wish. Sponsored by squash.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful.
What's up, guys? It's Kat and Deb from Two Market Girls. Welcome back to recipe number 2 of How to Vegan the Holidays, Season 3.
Yes!
I like being able to say that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden we have a season. It took
Yeah.
us 3 seasons to decide to call it a season, because I think last year we were calling it a series.
Yeah.
But I like season better.
Yeah, no, I like season better too.
All
Season
right.
3.
What did we make today, Catherine?
We made a side that's kind of unconventional. I've never made it before. Devin makes a version of it at her holidays.
It was inspired by a dish that we make in my family.
Yeah, and then I just TMG'd it.
Yep. She sure did.
So what do you make for your, or what does your family make? Because you don't make it, right?
It's just a squash and apple.
Baked with cinnamon and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maple syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that. We have all those components to it, but then I added some extra spices in there, some granola on top to make it more of like a bake, like a full dish type thing, so that it's something a little more
Just had to add that little extra, you know,
dash of
TMG touch.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is something that I haven't had before. It's like kind of sweet, but kind of not.
What is it?
So like it almost could be a dessert.
Almost.
Like a really not that sweet dessert.
Except for that sneaky little squash in there.
Yeah.
Do you think that we're sponsored by squash because we keep using it in all of our recipes?
Squash.
Think again, we are not.
I wish. Sponsored by squash. All right, we'll just show you how to make this.
Have fun.
To make our squash and apple bake, we are going to start with 1 butternut squash and peel that. And then we're going to slice it into about 1/2-inch pieces and just throw it into a large bowl along with 3 green apples that were sliced into about the same thickness. And then we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of our favorite ingredient, maple syrup. Throw that into the bowl with it. Toss them so that it makes sure it's all covered in that delicious, delicious syrup. Then to that bowl, we add a teaspoon of ground ginger, a 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, and a teaspoon of cinnamon, and toss to make sure that is all coated. Finally, we are going to add some orange juice to it. We want to add about 1/2 an orange worth of juice to the mix. Then we're using a 9x9 square baking pan. We're gonna layer it alternating between squash and apple, squash and apple, squash and apple, and so on. And then you're going to add about a 1/2 cup of water. It'll depend on the pan because you want about 1/4 inch of water in the bottom of the pan. Then we're gonna set that aside and we're going to make a nice oat topping to go along with that so that it's nice and crunchy on top. We're gonna add a 1/2 cup of walnut pieces and a 1/2 cup of oats and a tablespoon of maple syrup and just toss to make sure that it's all incorporated together. Then you're just gonna sprinkle that on top of the squash and apple bake, throw it in an oven preheated to 350 for about 60 minutes. You wanna make sure that's covered with tin foil so that the water at the bottom of it steams everything and it gets nice and soft and delicious. And then for the last 10 or 15 minutes, you can remove that so the top gets nice and golden brown. Alrighty, did you guys have fun? Oh,
We're sure having fun. Okay. The apple is actually my favorite part.
Does it taste like apple pie?
Yeah.
How does it taste? So, like, your family uses different apples most of the time. Or
Yeah,
all
we
the
usually
time.
use Macintosh.
How does it compare?
I feel like it tastes the same because the green apples don't taste as sour when they're cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really notice it.
I really like using Granny Smith apples for everything.
Not sponsored.
Sponsored by Mrs. Granny Smith. Is that what you like? I could see like adding some ice cream to this and eating this for dessert.
Yeah, but then the squash. I'm like, why am I having squash for dessert?
I don't know. I could still eat squash for dessert.
Doesn't make it right.
But this is a really like unique side, I think.
I don't know. I always thought it was normal. Because we like always had it. And I'm pretty sure we always had it on both sides of the family.
Really?
Yeah, I think you're weird.
I've
Can
never
somebody
seen it.
tell me if they've ever heard of having squash and apple like this? Not like this. Maybe simpler or like any kind of...
Squash, apple with some maple syrup and cinnamon. Baked in an oven.
Yeah. Is this a thing? Because it feels like it might be a thing. I like it. Catherine likes it.
I do really like it. I like the oats on top. And the walnuts. Adds a nice fall vibe to it.
The bottom pieces are my favorite because they're like
Mush.
all the, juiciness.
Why do you like your food to be mush?
I do not. You're the one that likes soup. That's
Oh, I
pretty
love
much
soup.
mush.
I also eat baby food, so I can't talk.
I don't know why we're getting so aggressive. You know what? This is supposed
It's
to
the
be
holidays.
the holidays. We shouldn't fight.
People fight on the holidays.
I know it's a terrible time.
Okay.
What's the weirdest side you've ever had?
I didn't think side as in the food. I was like, what's she talking about? Oh, it's a long video. Guys gotta make sure to squash that like button.
Oh, that was, no, you gotta embrace it. Be sure to squash that like button if it's something that you're into. No, that's what Peter.
No, you can't say that. Yeah, that's fully just taking it from Peter.
Just because, okay? Squash it because I said so.
You butter squash.
You butter squash
You-
that like button.
Yeah.
Oh boy, please don't go.
Okay.
What's our question for today?
Didn't you ask about sides?
Okay, yeah. I didn't know if you were gonna accept that.
I don't You don't have to submit this for approval.
Oh, okay.
No, I like that question. I want to know because there is like, I don't know if it's just a Thanksgiving thing, but in the States, they have the sweet potato casserole that I find a little strange.
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
Yeah, so I want to know if there's other things like that that are kind of unique and different and yeah, mainly specific to like this kind of holiday season, December holiday season. And we also want to know if you've had this before. We need to know if Devin's family's weird.
Okay. They are weird, but for other reasons.
Hi, Devin's family.
Squash that subscribe button so you don't miss any future How to Vegan the Holidays episodes. We've got some more fun stuff coming up, as always.
Also, if you're not following us on Instagram, be sure to follow us on Instagram because we're doing a lot of giveaways this season with some awesome companies. And these are products that like we love to use too. So be sure to follow us there so you have a chance to win.
We're basically channeling our inner Oprah/Ellen.
Yeah, I went for more the Ellen vibe.
But when you
'Cause,
say
like-
your favorite things, that's like an Oprah thing.
I guess so.
So I feel like it's a bit of...
When I was creating this little like giveaway thing, I was thinking 12 days of giveaways vibe. Less so like we're not giving you cars like Oprah.
You get a car! You get a car!
And we're only giving one person this item.
As usual, the recipe will be linked in the description box below, along with our podcast. Be sure to check that out if you like this weird banter. We do that.
Are we gonna do like
once a
holiday
week.
themed podcast episodes?
Multiple of them?
We'll talk about Rudolph
No.
and why nobody liked him. What he
Alright.
could do to better
I
himself.
don't think you're selling it very well. That has to be it for this video because we have talked far too long.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna stop now, okay? Goodbye. See you in the next episode.
Bye.
Do you like my sweater? Catherine made me wear it.
It's the holidays. Do you like my sweater? Catherine made me wear it.
I like hers better.
I like
Technically, they're both hers, so which one did I mean? What's up, guys? It's Kat and... What are you doing with that fork? Slow down.
What are you doing with that fork?